Chairman Grassley, Ranking Member Feinstein, Senator Whitehouse, distinguished members of the committee, thank you for inviting me to testify on what I believe to be one of the most important economic and security issues of our time. In my opening statement, I will speak generally about international illicit financial networks and beneficial ownership. My submitted written testimony contains lengthier explanations, definitions, and suggestions. In the QA, I'm happy to try and answer more specific questions or concerns related to this specific bill or other illicit finance legislation. So, international anti-money laundering policies, the methods of illicit finance laundering, and international norms are rapidly changing globally and country by country. I believe this committee is well aware of the various statistics and reports concerning this phenomenon. However, I would like to highlight that most, if not all, experts and law enforcement agree that the amounts and networks involved are vast and are growing. Illicit finance, strictly defined as the profits derived from illegal activity, plays a significant role in a wide variety of security-related issues, including terrorism, illegal drugs, human trafficking, sanctions evasion, and nuclear proliferation. It also has direct effects upon economic issues, such as growing inequality, poverty, illegal trade, real estate money laundering, consumer fraud, and tax fraud. Anonymously held companies are currently the most widely used vehicle for creating and securing illicit international financial networks. Anonymously held companies play a vital role in every step of money laundering, that is, placement, layering, and integration. So a registry of beneficial owners is, in my opinion, a pragmatic and necessary step. However, Congress should be careful to maintain the privacy rights of individuals. Most legislation of beneficial ownership currently in Congress restricts the use of registries to law enforcement and financial institutions only. I believe this is the right move for two reasons. First, privacy is not necessarily the same thing as legal anonymity. Creating a registry for law enforcement and financial institutions, I think, strikes an important balance, removing legal anonymity while preserving individual privacy. Individual rights, democratic rights, such as privacy, are precisely what create prosperous markets. Anonymity can have a positive utility in things like sensitive research areas, the free press, and criminal prosecutions, but I am not aware of any specific or legal economic benefits that stem from strict anonymity. Second, while I understand the arguments of the European Union that public registries can be beneficial to law enforcement by leveraging the eyes and the minds of civil society, I believe that if beneficial ownership data is made public, it can encourage international and domestic witch hunts. For instance, I believe the data could be gathered and used by dictatorships around the world to identify and oppress elite dissidents that routinely hide their wealth and assets in democracies away from the realm of authoritarian control. By maintaining privacy but doing away with anonymity, we can continue to receive the capital and business of potential allies within adversarial dictatorships and shield them from repression in their home country. Furthermore, protecting privacy is important because the very nature and the current prevalence of anonymity in finance and business makes it highly likely that many people, businesses, and institutions connected to illicit finance have no idea that they are actually connected to these illegal activities. We want to be careful to be sure that we do not do anything that turns legitimate actors and institutions into criminals. In my opinion, the Title Act is a great start to this, but I'm not sure that requiring 50 states to maintain 50 registries is the best way to send a signal to criminals. It is possible that our laboratories of democracy could greatly innovate in this area, but it is also very possible that the states could drag their feet or mismanage the registry, creating clear loopholes that criminals will clearly jump through. Furthermore, illicit financial networks are increasingly global in nature, as are the financial institutions that they infiltrate. So the structure of the registry should reflect the structure of these networks, meaning that they should be at the federal level and in cooperation with international partners such as FATF. It is important to understand that there is no silver bullet that can cure us of illicit international financial networks. It is a multifaceted problem that requires flexibility, innovation, and persistence. New legislation to update the U.S. anti-money laundering regime is welcomed, but it should include not only beneficial ownership reporting, but also leverage data science to improve suspicious activity reporting. It should update currency transaction reporting and build a unified framework for information sharing and feedback loops among and within law enforcement agencies and financial institutions. Thank you for your time, and I welcome your questions.
Yeah, we'll have 5-minute rounds of questions.